Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you're all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA. This is GTA 5, is it? Welcome back to some more Car Mechanic Simulator, where today I'm going to be rebuilding this entire Maserati Sebring. But first of all, let's just go back to the car that we looked at in the previous video, because in the previous video we took this Maserati Gran Turismo MC Stradale and we took the engine apart and we tuned up some of the stuff. But there was some stuff that was missing. If we just stick this over on the left lifter here and then we chuck this thing up and we lift it properly, here we go, let's give it a lift, you will find that some of the parts underneath here aren't all modified. You can see that I had this nice modified exhaust all the way to here, where it just sort of, there wasn't the right parts for it. Well, since that video, those parts are now added to the game. So I thought, seems that we know what the stats are for this car. In fact, can we see it? How can we see our info on the thing? Ah, there we go. So we had an 11.666 quarter mile. Didn't we beat that? I'm pretty sure we beat that figure. Pretty sure we got 11.2. But whatever, we have 889 horsepower. But that's before 4 new things have been added for the Stradale in order for it to be even faster. And I reckon we can go over 900 horsepower. So before we worry about all of that, we're going to modify this bit and see if we can make it just a little bit faster and maybe get into the high 10s in the quarter mile. So let's just go through to our performance shop. I've already got Stradale already searched, so I'm going to buy one of those. 2 of those, rather. One of those. 2 of those, and one of those. One of those! Let's take that off. That off. This is going to be nice and simple, because these are just simple exhaust bits. We should be able to stick these on nice and easy. There we go. There's our night. There we go. All shiny. So now we've got a full set looking awesome. There we go. That's all the underside done. Let's just worry about those 2 simple bits in the engine bay. Here we go. Let's just... Oh, we need to take off some of the air filter and stuff first. That's fine. That's no problem. That's not much. There we go. Throttle. We'll take that off because that's to be replaced. And then also the intake manifold as well. Do we have to take off? I think we're going to have to take off... Oh, it's just the fuel rails, I think, isn't it? Hopefully it's just the fuel rails we have to take off. There we go. Right, so let's stick on our new intake manifold, which is... Whoa, nice and shiny. That's looking nice. Put those 2 bits back on. Nice shiny throttle. There we go. I reckon definitely over 900 horsepower. Hopefully in the high 10s in the quarter mile. We'll see how it all goes. But there it is all back together. Now I can go ahead and just sell all my stuff. If I can find it. There we go. Oh, fuel pump. Oh no, I replaced it, didn't I? Because I replaced the fuel pump. I just forgot to sell it. Does that count as junk? That does not count as junk. Let's just sell all this stuff. Okay, so my ECU tuning should still be... Oh, it's all incorrect. Right, let's do a test run at the moment then. And see what we get. That should not have reset, but apparently the update changed it. Wow. Wow. 969 horsepower. Well, let's just try and change all this back then. Let's see. We can go down there. Down there. There we go. There's 12. Now we'll go this way. And we should get to... And there we go. Plus 4. There we go, 18. There we go. I've really got the hang of this ECU tuning thing now. Let's do another test run. Can we get 1,000 horsepower? That would be insane. Here we go. Oh, is it? I don't know if my memories has got really bad, but isn't that what we just hit? 696? I can't remember now. Anyway, that's a pretty big figure. And I reckon we can now get into the high 10. So let's take this over to the drag strip. Okay, here we go. There's a little bit of wheel spin. I can't remember if the tyres were changed. Actually, there's a lot of grip there, so I think that is the right set of tyres. I just forgot to check, but we should be okay. That's 3.5 second 0 to 60. Oh, God, 11 second quarter mile. Can we get a bit better? Maybe we can improve on that start. I'm not entirely sure, but that is a sub 20 second 1,000 meter, which is pretty cool. That's under 20 second kilometer. Right, let's do a restart run, because I reckon there is a chance we can get into the high 10s. Let's give this another go. Okay, let's try and not get so much wheel spin this time. Ooh, I don't know. Did that? I don't think... I'm not sure. 3.4. I think that's slightly quicker. Oh! 10.965. There we go. High 10s in the quarter mile. That is a pretty nice substantial increase over, what was it before? It was like 13, high 13s, I think it was standard. That is a huge increase. This thing is definitely wildly fast. There we go, return to garage. Right, that means that car's all done. That's everything all done. So we can go ahead and, how do we put this back in the garage? Oh, there we go, it's parking, isn't it? There we go, let's stick that back in the garage because today we're going to be looking at this thing. Let's just bring this thing out into the center so we can have a better look at it. And actually, before we get into this, let's just check out some comments featured from the previous video. Right now on the screen, these are comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments and questions featured, just leave comments in the comment section below. And I'll pick some at random, and I'll feature them in the next video. Now, just to note, those people, just because they're featured does not mean you won the previous competition. The competition winner is going to be on the screen right now. This comment you can see on the screen is the competition winner. I have messaged you, and you have won a code to get this DLC. Bearing in mind, you still have to have the original game in order to use it. Now, if you would like to have another chance at winning a code, I'm going to be doing the same thing for this video. Just leave a comment down in the comment section below. Make sure that you've also liked the video, and make sure that you are subscribed, and I will pick a comment at random, and you will also win a code. Now, I have to point out that if you want to win the code, you have to be able to receive messages on YouTube. If I can't message you on YouTube, then I can't send you the code. But I understand that some of you perhaps don't understand how this all works and that you can't get messages to work on YouTube. So I'm also opening up another opportunity to win a code for this DLC on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter at Figureight, there's a link in the description to get to my Twitter. If you use the hashtag, there'll be a hashtag on the screen right now. It'd be actually better if you saw the text instead of me reading it, so I haven't decided what the hashtag is yet. I'm going to find a hashtag that hasn't been used yet, something that's unique, so that everyone who tweets and puts that hashtag in their tweet, you will be entered into a chance to win, and sometimes next week I'll DM one of you, and I'll give you the code. So there'll be 2 opportunities to win the code, and that's it. That's all the stuff we're going to be talking about. And by the way, thank you guys. We hit 200,000 subscribers between this video and the last one. And I am going to be doing a video talking about this, a separate video, but I just want to say thank you guys ever so much for your continued support. You are just absolutely amazing. So let's just get into this car then. We've had enough chit-chat. Let's just go to the left lifter. This is a much better lifter to work on than that one over there. So this is our car. This is our Maserati Sebring. Can this be drag raced in its current form? Hang on. I want to see if this is possible. Okay, well, apparently you can. And as you can see, I don't even have a door. I'm pretty sure that every drag strip in the world would not allow this to happen, but this is not real life. This is a game. So here we go. Doorless drag racing. I don't know. I'm sure that's going to make the aerodynamics completely broken, but I don't think that is really a factor. Good God, this is slow. I don't really think that's a factor in this game, so we shouldn't have a problem. Oh my God. This is like... This is maybe as fast as my car. Actually, no, I think this is faster than the car I have. Wow, and this feels stupidly slow. Yeah, this is a 9.8 second 0 to 60. My car's definitely slower than that. There we go, 900 meters and 1,000 meters, kilometers in 29 seconds. And it's got terrible tires, and brakes and everything else. Right, well, that's a 16.6 second quarter mile. I'm actually not going to be tuning this car in this video. Or should I? Should I do that? Yeah, go on then. Okay, we're actually going to tune. We're going to completely rebuild this and tune this car. So we're going to have that as our starting point, 16.622. There we go. Back to the garage. Okay, and I also thought I'd take it to the dyno just so we can get an idea of the power figure as well before we rebuild and tune this thing up. So let's go. Right, okay, I'm not going to do ECU tuning. In fact, we don't... Oh, it's carburetor tuning, isn't it? I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not going to worry about any of that right now. Let's just give this a test run. That's going to be... Wow, 255 horsepower. That's a surprising amount of power considering the results we just got on the drag strip there. Okay, I think that might be down to the tyres, maybe. But I don't know. The thing is, I still don't think that this game has... What? Oh, God. I was thinking we could rebuild this as standard, then test it again. But if we're going to modify this, I want to do this all in one go. Because we could be here forever, rebuilding engines multiple times, modifying things. So I'm not going to worry about that. But I have a feeling that even in this condition, or in brand new condition, it would perform exactly the same. Right. So now, let's go and take this over to the left tuner again. Or the left lifter, rather. I'm getting my words all mixed up today. I'm going to leave the bodywork till last this time. That was the first thing I did on the Maserati. I'm going to make that the last thing on this Maserati. So let's just worry about the engine first. So let's take everything out. Battery, radiator fan. Let's just get this thing going. We've also got to do all the underneath. Just in the previous video, it was just modifying the engine. Now we've got to do all of this. All the belts, all the suspension, everything is being changed on this car. I want this car to be factory fresh. Apart from the modifying. Should we do the modifying? Part of me feels like I shouldn't, because I wanted to make this sort of like a factory fresh thing. Maybe I could do that in a separate video. I'll do it in a separate video. Okay, right, that's it. That's decided. We're not doing the tuning. We're just going to do the standard car in this video. Okay. Right, just so we can get this rebuilt, and then we'll worry about that in a separate video. Okay, I've decided. There's our ignition coils off. There's our air filters. One long bolt on each of them. Look at that. This must sound amazing in real life. Look at that engine. Wow, okay, so there's that. There's our carburetors. Lots and lots of carburetors on this thing. Good God, this stuff is all rusty. Right, let's take out this multitude of spark plugs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. Okay, this is an engine that we have definitely not worked on before. We've done 4-bangers. We've done V8s. I don't think... Is this is a V12, isn't it? Is this a V12 or a straight... It's a V, isn't it? That counts as a V. Oh, God, I'm going to sound like an idiot. Well, it's single overhead cam on... If that's a V, it's 2 single overhead cams. Is that how it works? I know you guys are going to shout at me, but I need to learn about these engines. I'm learning. You know, you can't criticize me for that. So what is this? Is this a V12, but single overhead cam on each V? Is that how it works out? Hang on, I've got an idea. I know how to check this. Let's check the bottom of the block. Oh, it just says engine block. Okay. Right, hang on. I'm gonna Google it. Okay, now this is probably where I'm gonna sound like an idiot, but it says here this is a straight 6. This shows that I really don't know much about engines. The thing is, I've never seen an engine like this in real life. I don't know. I've never needed to know this. Oh, God, I need to take what off exactly? Hang on, let's take this off. Oh, God, we've got all these clips to worry about. I hate these things. There we go. There's the clips off. There's that off. There's that off. Yep, according to Wikipedia, this is a straight 6 fuel-injected engine. It doesn't mention anything about a V12. I did think that was odd. I know you guys are going to be shouting at me, but it's like, that bit is, that could be a V? Mind you, that's only one engine head, isn't it? Okay, so that's not, then it's, I guess one engine head means that's a dual overhead cam straight, it wouldn't be a straight 12, would it? How does the spark plugs around? Is it 2 spark plugs per thing? So it's a straight 6. Okay, it's a straight 6. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I know you're all shouting at me. I know I'm... The thing is, sometimes it angers people. I mean, I don't get that. I mean, how can you get angry because I didn't know something and that I'm now trying to learn it? I mean, that's you know... That's just how people are, apparently. Oh, I'm so angry you don't know about this thing that I know about. Wow. Well, I'm sure I know plenty of things that are non-car related or something else that I know about that I should perhaps be angry at you for not knowing about. I don't know. But yeah, the comments sometimes are really quite funny. The amount of people that said that they got angry because I modified a car in a certain way they didn't like, or, I didn't know what that engine part was on that obscure car that I've never seen before. I don't know. I don't know about all the intricacies of engines, so of course when I do these videos there are going to be bits I don't know. But yeah, I think we can ascertain that this is a straight 6 engine. Yeah. Okay, there we go. There's our camshaft. There it is, straight 6. It says it on the camshafts. There we go. It's a straight 6. Not a V12. See, the thing is now I see there's only one engine head. I can see the error of my ways. Okay, I realise where I went wrong there. I made the wrong decision in what I said, and I take it back. I know that was a silly mistake to make. But I googled it in the video, instead of like getting it wrong the entire video and then making people mad for the whole video. Now I can at least refer to it as a straight 6. There we go. Let's just take the last of these camshaft caps off. Oh my god, that took a while. Camshaft off. Engine head off. There we go, and there is our 6-cylinder engine. There we go. Let's take off the brake servo. We're just ripping everything off that we can. I'm gonna take this stuff to the repair table as well. What have we got now? We've got the front exhausts. We're gonna have to do all that from underneath, aren't we? What have we got here? Starter. That can be done from here. Everything else has to be done from underneath the car now. So let's lift it up. There we go. Let's lock the oil pan off. And now we've got to worry about all of these crankshaft bearing cap things. Is that what they're called? There we go. Crankshaft bearing cap. I remembered the name of something. Yay. But then I call this a V12, so there goes all of my points of knowing anything. Right, there's that one there. Very hard to see because of all the exhaust stuff in the way. In fact, let's just remove that. There we go. There, then we can go put it back down and rip the pistons out. Then we can take the crankshaft out and take the block out. There we go. Piston, 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 piston. There we go. Now we can just lift it up. Now, hang on. I just want to check at this point because I just noticed that it was called the piston with conrod. And that... Oh, it's just called piston with conrod. What was it called piston before? Did they change that name? I think they changed that name because I'm pretty sure it was just called piston before. I might be going mad. Okay, why can't we take the crankshaft off? Oh, we need to take the gearbox off. And the oil filter as well. Let's take the oil filter off. There we go. Right, let's take the gearbox off, which we need to take off the drive shaft, which is going to be a roll pain. When can I take this off? There we go. Oh, there we go. Managed to get it in a good spot this time. Right, there's all the gearbox off. Flywheel, everything done. Camshaft out. Now... engine block has to be done from the engine bay. Okay, let's take that out first. Okay, engine block out, and that is the engine completely removed. Wow. Okay, so now let's just go and do all of this shit underneath. The suspension, the everything, the exhaust. Let's take the exhaust off. That's a nice, easy job. Oh, that's a nice, simple exhaust as well. Nothing difficult about that one. Fuel tank. We need to take the fuel filter out first, if we can see it. There we go. Or fuel pump, rather. There we go. Right, now, can we do this without taking the wheels off? Let's just take the wheels off. Sod it. I'm trying to do this in a really funny way because I just want to not spend as much time ripping all this stuff off. There we go. There's our brakes, axles, all that sort of stuff. I haven't worked on this stuff for a while because we didn't do this in the previous video. Oh, these are drum brakes on the back as well. Take all of that off. There we go. That's suspension. This is actually a very, very simple... This is all leaf spring. It's a very simple rear end to do, so we don't have to worry about all of that difficult stuff that we would with a modern car, on this one at least. There we go. There's our spring plate and our rubber bushings. Don't forget the rubber bushings. And there's our leaf spring off on that side. Right, that's that side done. Back to this side. Wheel off. That wheel's looking in a right state. There's our brake drum off. Axle is out. There we go. There's our bolts out. There we go. Shoe, then the wheel cylinder, then the knuckle housing, and then just all this stuff for the suspension. Nice and easy. Very easy. I do like easy on this game. I don't like all the fiddly stuff because that just gets really long and annoying. There we go. There's all that off. Then the bushings, then the leaf spring itself. And then we should just be able to pull out that bit at the back in one go. Look at that. Just the big diff all in one go. Right, now to the front. This is going to be slightly more complicated, but should still be relatively easy. Let's see. There we go. There's our brake pads. Let's take the calipers off. Then our pads. Then our disc. Then the... what do we got? Oh, the wheel hub cap. That's it. Now the wheel hub. Now we have to... we can't take that knuckle housing off until we get rid of all this sort of stuff. Okay, outer tie rod. Just take the absorber cap off. Spring. The absorber. Let's take that all off. Upper suspension arm and lower suspension arm as well. Let's get rid of that sway link bar. There we go. There's that. Rip that bit off. Now we can rip that off. There we go. Inner tie rod. Front sway bar we cannot take off just yet. And let's go around to the other side. Let's take this wheel off first. Now, all of this bit seems so quick to take apart, but it's going to take ages to sort of buy all the bits for it and stick it all back in. There we go. There's our pads, hubcap, disc, hub. There we go. Worry about all this stuff at the back. We go upper suspension arm and there we go, cap, spring, absorber, and sway bar. Then we can take the bottom bit off as well. There we go. Our outer tie rod holding this one bit on. There we go. That's all off. That's all off. That's all off. That's all off. And then, oh yeah, 4 rubber bushings. And then that's all off. And everything is out of this car and it is completely gutted and stripped. And there we go. All done. Everything is out of this car. It is a complete shell. I mean, it's got the absolute most pristine interior ever, which is always the case with this game. But apart from that, everything... there we go. Let's just sit inside here and have a look. The inside's looking lovely. But everything else is looking like absolute trash. There we go. In fact, let's just rip everything off. There we go. There's our tail light. Those lights stay on. What else is missing? Was that the only thing that was there? Okay, we've got right headlight and left headlight, and that was it. Everything else, all the bonnet, the bumpers, the doors, the boot, the bumpers on the rear, everything was gone. There was barely any body parts in this thing at all. Right, so now let's go over to the repair table and let's just go through repairing everything and see what we have to fix and what we don't have to buy. Right, this should be everything coming up towards the end. Almost done. There we go. Right, let's see what we got fixed. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that needs doing. Well, let's first of all, let's get rid of all of our spark plugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. Oh God. So much stuff to replace still. Oh boy. Right, I'm just going to go ahead and buy all this stuff because I don't want to bore you guys with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'll be back when everything is there 100% and bought. Okay, everything is now done and there is our complete collection of 100% everything. Apart from the body parts where I actually just got rid of them because I'll worry about those later. So let's now just go ahead and let's just start with the underneath first and then we'll work our way through to the engine. Okay, so let's start off with the front. Oh my God. Okay, let's just start off with the front suspension cross member. Right at the bottom. There we go. There's our rubber bushings. Back in like so. There we go. There's our 4 rubber bushings. All done. What's next? That's going to be the steering rack. Bung that in. Inner tie rods on both ends. There we go. Then our front sway bar B. Stick that on. And what goes next? Apparently that bit that doesn't connect to anything goes next. So there we go. Let's stick that on. And let's stick that on that side as well. Let's try and do everything on both sides at the same time so we can try and do like a mirror image. There we go. Outer tie rod. Bung that on. Then actually this might be really difficult doing this on both sides. Okay, I'm just going to do one side at a time. That's going to be way too awkward. There we go. Bottom suspension arm. Then we have our sway link bar on like so. Then we can stick... Oh, missed that bit. Then we can stick on the main bit of the suspension. I'll bung that on. Then the spring. Then the caps. As I've said, I'm going to do this all completely standard, and then in another video we're going to do the performance thing. Just because because this is a classic car, I wanted it to look pristine and brand new, because that's just, you know, something I wanted to do. So we'll worry about performance and stuff afterwards. So let's just bung all that bit on. There we go. Brake pads. Did I put those on wrong? Wait, is the disc? Oh, the disc's already on, isn't it? Okay, I'm going mental. There we go. There's a caliper on. I, for some reason, thought I put the pads on without the discs. I don't know why. There we go. And our nice, pristine, shiny wheel back on. There we go. I might even stick some white walls and stuff on this as well, because that would look pretty nice. We'll do that when we worry about the bodywork at the end, as well as the paint. There we go. There's our outer tie rod. Bung that on. Bottom suspension arm. And what have we got down here? Oh, it's all a bit close up. I can't really see what I'm doing. There we go. Sway bar. Main part of the suspension. There we go, that. Oh, no, we do the upper suspension arm, apparently. I accidentally clicked that. We'll do that at the same time. There's our spring. There's our cap. There we go. Is that all the suspension stuff done? I think it is. There we go. It's just the hubs and everything else. There we go. Front wheel hub. There we go. Why is this missing a bit? Is that always... Oh, I guess that's always missing a bit. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, of course it is, because that's where the pads go. Of course, that's where the caliper sits. Duh. Right, there we go. And our hub. Our hubcap thing on. Right, that is all done. That's our front end done, isn't it? I think that's everything. Right, okay, let's move through to the back then. Here we go. There's our rear drive axle. There we go. Leaf spring. Nice and easy. Love this easy stuff. Spring plate. We could do this on both sides right here. There we go. U-bolts. Oh, got to bolt those ones in. Do the Usain Bolt on this side. There we go. And that one there. God, it's nice and simple. Gotta love this stuff. There we go. Nice simple shock absorber. No need for springs on that one, because this is what leaf springs are for. Bung that on. And, God, that's simple. That's super simple. I love how simple this is. There we go. Let's stick our solid rear axle thing, whatever it was called, through there. There's our drum wheel cylinder thing. I still don't really... Oh! Oh! I am missing a brake shoe. Apparently I'm missing brake shoes. I must have got rid of those and did that. Okay. Well, there you go. You can experience me buying a couple of things. There we go. Right, let's stick those shoes on. There we go. And our brake drum. There we go. There's that on. And then just stick the wheel on. And there's that side done, I think. Is that everything? Oh, no. We've also got these little small rubber bushings. Don't forget the small rubber bushings. As I seem to always forget. There we go. There's that side done. Move to the other side. There we go. Don't forget the small rubber bushings right there. There we go. There's those two on. Just a case of now doing the brakes. There we go. Cylinder. Solid rear drive axle. On. Brake shoe on. Brake drum on. Wheel on. Nice. That was actually done a lot quicker than I was expecting. And that's all done. Right, let's just stick in the fuel tank. Then the fuel pump. Keep calling it the fuel filter. I don't know why I keep saying fuel filter. There we go. There's the rear suspension on. Let's move forward to the front so I can see the next bit. Oh, I can't see that. I'm going to have to move down here. There we go. Can I add these bits in? It won't let me. We'll add that bit in. Why can't I add that bit in? There we go. There it is. Right. Let's move forward to the engine then. Right. Here we are. Let's go. Engine block. In. Pistons. We don't do yet. We do other stuff like, I think water pumps a bit too soon. But let's stick in the crankshaft if I can get down there. There we go. Oh, I need to do that from underneath. Okay. Lots of up and down, I think, at the start of this. There we go. There's our crankshaft on. And pistons we're going to have to do from the top, aren't we? Oh, Christ. Lots of up and down. Right. Now we can stick our pistons in. Then we can worry about all that stuff underneath. And then we'll get that all sorted. There we go. There's our last piston in. Right there. There we go. I won't bother sticking the head on just yet. Let's go and lift this up again. Let's worry about all this stuff that has to go in underneath here first. There we go. Crankshaft, bearing cap. Plenty of these things to go in. We go number 4 and number 5. There we go. All in. And oil pan. Oh, I've got to get rid of my oil pan. Never mind. Worry about that at the end. There we go. Right. Let's do the oil filter as well whilst we're here. Bung that on. And let's just worry about doing all this so we can get all the underneath done. Clutch plate on. Clutch pressure plate on. And then our release bearing. Gearbox. Bung that all on. Then the drive shaft, and then that's everything done underneath. We don't have to worry about going underneath the car again. Unless we have to take the exhaust manifolds. I think we could do that from the top. I hope we could do that from the top. We'll soon see. Here we go. Drive shafts. Nice and awkward angle. All done. And I guess that is everything. Can we click round to the engine bay? Let's see. Is there anything else we can put in from underneath here? Everything's going to be done from the top. Okay, right. Back down then. Right, so next up is going to be the head then. Let's stick that on. Stick the alternator on. Again, I think this is sort of an odd order that we're doing this in. Water pump pulley. Carburetors and stuff. That seems too soon. Is the engine this simple? Can't remember it being this simple. There we go. Ah, there we go. The exhaust manifolds can be done from the top. That's great. And then the second exhaust manifold. They are very weird-looking manifolds. Manifolds are always weird-looking things. But these are definitely not the prettiest that I've ever seen. Right. Starter motor. Stick that on. Definitely a useful component. And let's just worry about the carburetors. We'll worry about the carburetors afterwards. Let's just stick all of our spark plugs and stuff back in. No suitable parts. Apparently I did not buy spark plugs. Okay. Well, this is going to be fun. Let's buy all 12 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I may have undercounted that, actually. I'm not entirely sure. We'll soon see. There we go. Bung those in. Number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. Good God. 9, 10, 11. Wait, what? How did I count that wrong? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, I don't know how I managed to get to 11. Oh, I'm going mental. Okay, camshaft on. Camshaft on. Then we've got cam gears, and then we've got this huge array of camshaft caps here. Look at all this lot. There's the 4th. There's the 5th. There's the 6th. There's the 7th. So there's 14 of these things in this engine. There we go. And then the last one. There we are. And then the same again for the other side. Okay, then the last one on. Whew, perfect. Okay, right. Let's go. Timing chain. Bung that on. Let's worry about all of these chains and stuff and sprockets. Stick all that on. That's actually nice and simple. Timing cover on. Don't have to worry about any of this other stuff. All this modern stuff. It's all nice and simple. Crankshaft pulley. And then our serpentine belt B. Then we have serpentine belt A. And then it's just the radiator fan. That's all that front bit done. Right, onto the top part then. Oh, actually, we've just got this ignition, distributor thing, rotor, cap, and don't forget these small clips. Here we go, both sides. Right, let's go. Carburetor, stick that on. Second carburetor. God, look at all these carburetors. This is mad. Then our third carburetor, and then our air filters with our one long screw for each one. There we go. I tell you what, I do love how these look. I love how these carbs with these air filters look. They just look so damn cool. Right, there's our engine cover A. With nice Maserati lettering on it. Looks so much nicer than it did before. Which was just completely rusted out and crappy. There we go. There's the second one. And then our ignition wires. And what else? What else? Well, we've got these other bits. Let's stick these in. There we go. Battery. Ignition coil B. Ignition coil B. Fuel filter, radiator. What are we missing? Brake servo. What's there to do now? Is that it? Okay, oil pan and 2 front shock absorbers, which I must have bought extras of because that's definitely all done. That's everything done. Right, okay, let's stick some oil in this baby then, which we apparently can't. Oh, there it is. It's right at the front. There we go. There's our oil filter plug. Let's stick some oil in it. I've actually remembered to put oil in this time. I like how that animation is just... That's just straight out coming at the other end of that pipe. Yeah. Okay, right. That should be that done. Let's just double check. There we go. There's our dipstick. There we go. Just a little bit under middle, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Right. That's the engine. All done then. I think that that's going to be the exact same performance. 255 horsepower, 16.62 roughly. Let's just double check on the dyno. If it's made any changes, I don't think it has. Okay, here we go. And that's pretty much what it was before, wasn't it? 255? Isn't that what it was? Was it 255? Was it 2? Oh, crap. No, I can't remember. Oh, crap. Why is my memory so poor? I think it was 255. Okay. Right. Well, as you can see, all of this is 100%, but there should be... Oh, there's no 0% because I guess there's no parts on it. But we definitely now need to worry about all the bodywork. Right, let's just go through to the shop. Let's go to the body parts shop and search for Sebring. Here we go. Right, we've got front bumper, left door, right door, hood, left headlight, left tail light, rear bumper, right headlight, right tail light, and trunk. Is there anything in the tuner parts? I don't think there is, but let's just double check. Oh, Sebring. No, there's nothing in there. But I do think, if we go to performance, there should be some stuff for the Sebring. There we go. We'll definitely be worrying about all of that in another video. Definitely not this one. Right, let's just stick all this stuff on then. Nice and simple. And also, we're going to repair the body as well. Because it's going to have all these nice gleaming doors and body panels and stuff. But the rest of the bodywork is going to look shoddy. We've done this in a terrible order, actually. Because you would not put this all back on and then worry about the bodywork. But, oh well. That's everything done. Right, let's now go over to this baby. Right here, the repair body frame. And repair body frame. Look at that. Look at that. Now, that's quite a classic colour, but I don't like it. So we're going to go over to the paint shop. So I'd like to keep this a classic colour, but I don't really like green. So let's just keep the saturation and the brightness, but let's just tweak the hue and see what we can get. Maybe we can go for something that's a bit of a deeper red. A bit more brightness, a bit more saturation. What's that going to look like? Do you know what? That's quite a nice classic colour. I'm going to go for that one. That's quite a nice classic colour. I like how that looks. There we go. There is our Maserati. All done. Look at that. There we go. 100% on everything. And our car value is now $75,000. We did check this at the start, so you guys might have to go back to the start to see what that car value was, because I forgot to look. But everything is done. Parts condition, 100%. Body condition, 100%. We'll worry about tuning this in another video. But I think that's everything done. I think that is that car done. That is it for this video. Again, I just want to stress, if you would like to win a code to get the Maserati DLC, first of all, you need to have the game. It's not, you don't have to have the game in order to enter. If you win the code, then you go ahead and buy the game. But the code is only for the Maserati DLC. If you would like to win, leave a comment in the comment section below. make sure to click like on this video and make sure you are subscribed because I'd like this to be subscribers only. And don't forget, I have to be able to message you on YouTube if you would like to win. If you can't figure out how to get messages working on YouTube, or you perhaps don't want to do the thing that requires you to receive messages, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight, and you can tweet with the hashtag that is right there on the screen right now. And in a few days' time, I will DM one of you at random, and you will win a code on Twitter as well. So there we go. That's it. That's everything done. That's the end of the video. Okay, look at that. That's nice. I like how that looks. I like that badging, actually, the Maserati Sebring badging. I guess that writing... Was it always written like that? Has Maserati just always written it like that? Because they've got that badge there. But I didn't know they had the writing like that. Do you know what this kind of looks like? That rear lights and the sort of badging there. It looks like an old Audi for some reason. I don't know why I'm thinking that. Yeah. But this is nice. There we go. Let's just sit on the inside and have a look. Looking absolutely lovely. But that's going to be it for this video. It's a shame I can't shut the door. And, right, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.